Today, 11 o'clock, time to get started. Hallelujah, huh? Good morning, everybody. Top of the morning. Welcome to Salem's, first and foremost, Center for Spiritual Living. We are at Woodland Chapel, right here in the heart of this place. It's so pretty. If you just look around the whole area, you know, we're perched right here on the hillside, and you can just feel it. It's something good happening up here. So welcome. Glad you're here. Is everybody visiting for the first time? Anybody? Hallelujah. Hi, you guys. Welcome. We hope you like what you hear, like what you see. I mean, we're just kind of an intimate little group here right now. We hope you come back. Yeah, okay. We're going to have some good times with music today. We got a message today that's just going to knock your ears off, really. Cheryl, we call her. Cheryl the go-get 'em. Yeah, okay. But let me see here. What is it you wanted to say about something?
Good morning.
Good morning. I wanted to start.
Okay, so as usual, every Sunday we have time for fellowship following the service, so we hope you'll join us downstairs. There's coffee and some kind of goodies. I don't know what's down there today, but we hope you'll stick around. It's a chance to get to know people and have a chat.
Okay. I just have to say this morning. There's joy in this room, so much joy. And there's times when we just have to do the hard things, you know. We have a blessed minister here by the name of Reverend Julie Applegate, and we just love her. She just brings so much joy and sparkle when she's here. She'll be spending some time. Her husband just passed. And I can feel a cloud kind of descend when I say that. We just love Paul. His name is Paul. And we have no details whatsoever. We just wanted to say this and let you know we're not holding anything from anybody. But we like to ask you to respect her privacy. You know, she'll let us know when she's ready. She'll be back and she'll talk and then she'll do her healing the way she does so well. But just want to say that. We'll miss you, Paul. We'll miss you. Okay. But let's get on with the morning. Let's kind of take a deep breath on that. And what more do we have to talk about? Announcements that will help us on that. Do you want to know more about what we teach? We ask that question. And here's comes some more wonderful folk coming in to say hi. Somebody's got a baby, too. Look at this. Turn around and see that baby over here. Hi there. As we see, there's a sweet little girl. Got curly hair. Welcome. We're glad you're here, folks. Little boy. Pardon me. I'm the father of daughters. I don't know what little boys are. Okay, so let's move right along. We have some announcements to do on this. We'd like you to plan on joining Cheryl Guess. She's a religious science practitioner with us, for an orientation on May the 31st at 12:30. It's going to be in the Oneness room. We have a special room for that. And this is to answer a question we ask you. Do you want to know more about what we teach? Do you want to know more about this? And if you're new to the philosophy, and are you thinking of becoming a member, you know, she has all the answers and some inspiration on all that, okay? So we have something else to announce, do we not, on the...
Yeah. So we are planning our annual rummage sale. We're having it in June this year, June 19th and 20th. That's a Friday and a Saturday. And as typical, we'll have drop-off of your items on the Thursday before, which is June 18th. And we have set times for all of that. There's a flyer out, I think, in the library. Okay. And so that information will be available to you. We've had good success with our rummage sales in the past. It's a good money maker for us. And actually, do we have a sign-up sheet yet for volunteers? Not yet. Okay, we will be having a sign-up sheet. We'll need volunteers for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And I can say from experience that everyone that showed up to volunteer, we have a good time working together and making it happen. So it's another opportunity to get to know people better. So, and if you're like me and you're decluttering and organizing your home, hold on to those things rather than take them off to Goodwill or something. If you can hold on to them and donate them here, it will benefit the church and benefit all of us. So just be aware of that.
Yes, you always have a good time. We have to kind of quiet them down. We called the police one day on them, so slow it down, slow it down. Neighbors are complaining about the noise, but it's all good. It's all good. I think, anything else to announce? I think we like to sing, wouldn't we?
Well, we also want to talk about that lavender form that you'll see in
Thank
front
you.
of you in the pews. That's your chance to put in a prayer request and also just make suggestions. We are open to hearing what you have to say. So if you have suggestions for how to make things better or just anything at all, we like the feedback and we're listening to you.
Yeah, that's good. Take it. You've seen those there. Those forms are such a help to so many people. If you got something on your mind, something on your heart, or you got something you want to tell us, yeah, let's get it out. They'll be seen, by the way, by only a minister or a practitioner. They're not made for public display. We'll take care of them. Let's take a deep breath and let's get ready to sing a song. What do you say, Peter?
Let's do it. Sing a song. Please stand if you're able.
We can stand and sing.
I release and I let go. I let Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yeah, it's only up to God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free with the Spirit, and it's only up to God. One more time, I release and I let go. I let Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. And it's only up to God. Oh, no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yeah, it's only up to God. I'm free, I am free in the Spirit. Yeah, it's only up to God.
Yes, we are. We'll take that.
It'll be worth the tuning, I swear. Come and pray with me. Come and pray with me. Come and pray with me. Come on down to the river with me and say a prayer. Meditate with me. Meditate with me. Meditate with me. Come on down to the river with me and meditate. Let it go. Come on down to the river with me and say a prayer. Come on down. Come on down to the river with me and say a prayer.
So today, taking a deep breath in, let's just realize that there is only one power, only one spirit, only one God. No matter what we call this spirit, whether we call it universal intelligence, we call it energy, we know that there is still this energy that surrounds us, that incorporates us into it, that we are individualized expressions of this power. We are here to express God in all of the glory. And so today, I just know as the service unfolds that people are open and receptive to this new way of thinking, a new way of visualizing your life, a new way of creating the life that you want, that you desire. And so knowing this, I know that every heart is open and receptive, that every person here is full of love and compassion, and that we go forward today and learn how to row our own boats. And so knowing this, I am so full of gratitude for everyone present today. My heart is just full of love and joy for the people that know that there is some way to live your life without guilt or shame, that we only live in joy. And so if this resonates with you, would you please join me in saying, "And so it is." I'd like to share with you the affirmation of the day. It's in blue in your program. As I open myself to life's gentle flow, I can feel more of these simple pleasures. Yes, I know I am truly blessed, and so it is.
All right, hello everyone. You look pretty good. Oh, thank you. Okay, so today I have the pleasure to be giving the reading with you guys today. It's called What I Know For Sure, and sorry for the spoiler, but it's about love. And I mean, my name is Valentina, like Valentine's Day, so I think that I'm the right person for this. And I just want to start this by saying that love is the highest frequency there is. Therefore, is the frequency of God, Spirit, the universe, whatever you want to call it. And only through love is that we can really reach transformation. So let's get started. It says, "Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." That actually comes from the Bible. It's Mark 11:24. And this verse was one of the many from which the 80s metaphysics movement started. And I believe it holds the key to true transformation. The next phrase that we got is, "To realize that God is ever present, ever available, is to know that all the wisdom, intelligence, and power of the universe is right where you are. Your world is power when you know this." Isn't that beautiful? This is by Ernest Holmes in This Thing Called You. And the reading goes like this. "I know life is amazing, and it can also be terrifying. I know life is abundant, and often there is scarcity. I know there is kindness and goodness, and yet there is also hatred and resentment. I know most of the time life doesn't seem to make sense, and the problems of the world appear to be incredibly overwhelming. Yet, what I know for sure is that there is a power of good, a source of creativity, peace, and joy. Whatever you may call this presence, I know it as love. I know love is unconditional, everlasting, and ever present, even in the midst of confusion, sorrow, and pain. I know love is everywhere and in everyone, and I am willing to see beyond the contradictions of the world, to see love in every person. I am willing to see beyond confusion, to know the presence of love is at the center of every activity. even in our emotions, the ones that we don't like envy, like resentment, hatred even. All of these emotions, they're there because they love us. They're there because they're there to protect us from what our body is recognizing as a threat. So I just want you to know that even in what you want to hide about yourself, even there, God harvests love. What I know for sure is that you and I are on this amazing journey to know and see love for each other and ourselves. I know that even in the midst of fear and doubt, our prayers are always answered. I know that, as Holmes wrote, prayer is not an act of overcoming God's reluctance, but should be an active acceptance of his highest willingness. I know you are abundantly blessed with God's gift of love, joy, and peace. And so, to wrap it up, I would just want to invite you to ask God. You can ask it, loud or in your mind. I just want you to ask, how can I actively perceive the infinite love that already fills my life? And watch as Spirit answers. Thank you.
Well, if you told me 10 years ago that I would be singing Row, Row, Row Your Boat in a spiritual way, I would have said, cool. I was excited that I saw the topic, and I started thinking about the song and playing it, and then I was like, I think I'd like to maybe play Row, Row, Row Your Boat. And then my wife Ari says, oh yeah, I talked to Cheryl and she said you should play Row, Row, Row Your Boat. So we're going to do that. And it's going to be a little slower than you're used to it. So, get in the water and relax a bit, Yeah, if you want to, you can stand up and join, for sure. And, Cheryl's saying yes. Cheryl's saying yes. Stand if you are able. And at some point here, we're gonna repeat the first verse, maybe once or twice at the end, and if we could make a round out of it, that'd be awesome. Do you think?
Oh, this the first verse, yeah, not yeah.
Well, so what we'll do here is we'll sing. There's an extra verse in your program if you want to sing that one. We'll sing first verse, second verse, repeat the first verse, and then after that, I think we'll repeat the first verse again and see if we can make the round happen there.
Or do it on the third one.
On the third one?
Right.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna call on you to lead that
Oh,
side
boy.
of the room.
Okay, you
What do you
got
think
that one.
about that? Is that okay? Cheryl didn't know that I would be testing her.
Isn't this fun?
You're ever gonna play it now? Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream. Grow, grow, grow your hope. Nurture it with care. Joyfully, 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 joyfully. Watch your dreams appear. Row your boat now. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream. Let's try it out. See what happens.
This I know.
Row, 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 row your boat, gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream. All right, this side of the room, you guys got the first part? Row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, merrily, life is but a dream. Life is but a dream. All right, good job, everybody.
I think we were expecting the little kids version.
Sure. We'll have practice for the next one.
Well, good morning. So, have you been rowing your boat? Or have you just been floating?
Outboard motor.
Oh, you put a motor on your boat. Okay, that works too, I guess. So, row, row, row your boat. It's so metaphysical. You wouldn't think so, would you? But if you think about it, if you think about this, you're on this beautiful stream, it's flowing gently, and you're just sitting in your boat, but you have paddles. So you're paddling, you're rowing your boat. But are you rowing your own boat? Are you really rowing your boat? It's your boat. And when it says gently, row, row, row your boat gently, gently down the stream. It doesn't say turn your boat around and fight the current and go upstream. That means you're looking back and you're going into the past. It says just to gently, to life, let it flow, to let life just flow. Now, you know when you're in a stream, though, there's all kinds of things that can happen. You're just not floating. You're in control of the boat, so that means that you're in control of your life. Now, you can make the decision just to let it just drift, meandering along, nothing really going on in your life. But if you're rowing your boat, then you're in charge, right? Right. So then if you think about staying in the flow, that means that you stay in your boat. You don't jump out of your boat and jump into somebody else's boat. You don't jump on their path. A lot of times when I'm talking to people that are going to get married, I'll say, you do realize that you're not becoming one person. You've just made the decision to walk alongside each other, to walk the path together. Not to jump on their path and to follow them. Well, the same thing is with your boat. You don't jump out of your boat and jump into somebody else's boat. Then you're not living your full, authentic life. So if you have children, now that's different. They get to ride in your boat for a while as you're paddling along because you're taking them on the course. You're navigating the stream. But at some point, they have to get in their own boat. And once they get in their own boat, that doesn't mean you get to go ahead and still keep dragging their boat, put a tow line on. So now you must do exactly as I'm doing now from now on, because I guarantee you it's not going to happen. They're going to go their own path, which they should. That is a healthy child, one that just grows up and takes their own path and goes whichever way they decide to go. With the stream, though, there's all these little tributaries, little things, little ways that you can meander off of the path, which is fine. Maybe that is a different path. That's your stream. This is somebody else's stream. And I think that really does explain how we have so many different ways of perceiving God. There's so many different religions, but we have to find what resonates with us. We have to find what is our truth, and that's our stream. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to meander, paddling along, no obstacles. Oh, no. You're going to come to that turbulence in the water sometimes when it narrows down, and you're going to have rocks in the water. That's why it's so important that you stay rowing, because then you can decide which direction you're going to go to it. If you're just floating along, you could smash right into the rocks, which I think all of us have done in our lives at some point. We've run into obstacles that seem so big that it's going to sink our boats. But the reality is when you just allow life to flow, that's the whole point of love, of circulation. The water is circulating. If the stream was just sitting there flat, it becomes stagnant. It becomes not drinkable. It becomes unusable because it's just sitting there with no motion, no movement. That flow is what keeps us going. That is what makes our lives so, so good. is because we are always flowing through life. We're not sitting here just stagnant. We are always, whether we want to or not, flowing with that love and with that life. Sometimes we don't feel it. Sometimes we feel like there's nobody out there. There's nothing out there. I'm all alone. I'm by myself. But that's not the reality of it. The reality is that you are immersed in this loving spirit, this ability, this creative force that allows you to create the life that you desire. It's true. Just like that we talk about the stream being the flow of life, it's just like the dirt on the earth. That is a creative medium. All of the earth, all of that ground, if you put a seed in, you get something out. If you put in a tomato seed, you're going to get a tomato. But if you're putting in broccoli, you're going to get a broccoli. So it's not like we can just say there's only one way that everything unfolds. It all unfolds in different ways. It depends upon your perception and the way that you live your life. So when you get to those rapids, you know, it's like you've got a real bumpy ride right now. But then you find out that once you're through it, it smooths out again. And that's what we're always looking for, is to make it through the rapids without letting our attitude and our personalities or anything else change because we went through the rapids. Because we went around some rocks and we experienced those rocks, though, but that's what makes us stronger, because the next time that we come to a rock, we're not going to know what to do with it. We're going to go around it, just gently. And that's the whole point. It's not like I'm rowing like a maniac down the stream. I am rowing gently because I just want to stay in that perfect flow of life. And there's times when there's no way I felt gently down the stream. There are a lot of times when I felt like I am, oh my gosh, I'm in the middle of a raging rapids waterfall. You know, I'm ready to go over the edge, it feels like. But the reality is that when you can step back and look at the big picture and not take anything personally, not make any assumptions about what's happening. God must not love me because look what's going on. Not the truth. You created it. Sad news, you created it. So you get to decide what your life's going to be like. And most people don't feel that way. We have been taught that we have no control over our life and that there's some evil force out there that's making us do bad things. I got bad news for you. It's you. You're doing the bad things. You're creating these things with your thoughts and with your actions and with your words. You're creating this life. But even the rocks have a good thing because they allow the stream to diverse. And by diversing, it creates different pathways in different ways. So your stream might turn into a different little stream. Maybe you take a side step and this is a different part of your life that you're going through. And maybe sometimes you want to take that little side road or that little side stream just to get out of the turbulence. And that's what I call when you're sitting there and you're taking care of yourself, that you're loving yourself. You get yourself out of the middle of that turbulence. Sometimes it's just taking a different route. Sometimes it's just opening up your heart and just seeing the truth of what's going on. That whatever is unfolding, I am big enough for it. I am strong enough for it. No matter what it looks like, one step, one step, one step, I can still get through it. No matter what it is. And I just keep rowing my boat. So now, you know, it's so much easier to jump out of the boat sometimes. Oh, let's just take it and get in the stream. And then think, well, you know what? My husband has not been rowing his boat very well, so I'm going to grab hold of his boat and I'm going to steer him down the stream. Yeah, that'll work well. Even worse if you think that about your wife. I don't know if you survived that one, but still. You have to understand that whatever anyone else is doing on that stream has nothing to do with you, and they're rowing their boat the best they can. And maybe you see a way that you could do it better. Well, then do it in your own boat. Make it better in your own boat. If they're going through something, sometimes though, seriously, sometimes somebody in your life that's going through a lot of pain or going through trouble, you actually have to put a tow line on their boat. Help them just tow through it. Just pull them down the stream. But then you got to let them go again. They can walk, they can follow you, you can help them, but you still have to let them float their own boat. That's the truth of it. You just cannot control anybody else's life. The only person that you can control is yourself, and that's it. So if you're saying, I don't know, I just get so mad sometimes, I just can't help it. Oh yeah, you can. You can help it. You can sit and step back and think about, where am I going? How are my words going to land? How is it going to feel to this other person when I do this? Stepping out of your own life and looking at somebody else's life and how it's going to affect them. Sometimes we have to do that. We say it's our own life, we have control, we can do whatever we want. That's true. But if you're in a loving and compassionate place in your life, that's not how it works. Sometimes you do tow somebody else's boat, and sometimes you have to pull them out of the water into your boat for a little while. But always, they get to go back into their own boat. And that's just a good way to look at thinking about the fact that I don't have any control over what anyone else does. That is a hard thing to learn. And also, the only thing I have control over in this whole world stops at the end of my fingers. This is it, right here. That's it. That's all I have control over. And you have to look at it from that point of view. So then, but it says in the song, merrily, 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 merrily. Yeah. We don't have to go through life thinking that everything is a chore, that everything is difficult. It's not. It's in our attitude that makes the difference about how we feel about what's going on in our lives. We can be having the worst possible day and stop and think, but you know what? I woke up this morning. My children are healthy. I am healthy. So no matter what else is happening in my life, I can hold on to the good and to the positive things when times are rough. Sometimes that's just really, really hard to do. It's hard to step back and say, my life is great when you're going through something like a really horrible situation. And sometimes we just have to stop and think about it. Really think about what's going on in our lives. Is it really that horrible? Or is this a learning experience? Is this something that I've created and now it's come to fruition? And sometimes you also look at, I have no control over what's going on. All I can do is be the love and the support and that person right now. I can't help it. I can't change it. But I can be that support person that's there, that helps, that wants to step out and be some comfort to you. But how many people here, I know one, don't want to ask for help because they're afraid that it'll make them look weaker or that something's, no. Asking for help is absolutely essential to being a human being because we cannot do this all by ourselves. We sometimes need help, and sometimes we have to step outside of our lives and look at, I need help. That doesn't make me weak. It just makes me aware of the fact that I am strong enough to realize that I need help. That I've looked at my personality, I've looked at my character, I've looked at my integrity, and asking for help doesn't affect any of it. It just means that I am willing to step outside of myself and ask for more. And I've yet, unless I'm asking somebody, could you just give me about $100 million? I'll be totally happy. Yeah. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the little things, the daily things. But how many times do you reach out to someone when you see that they need help? Or do you just kind of turn your head and look away? Sometimes you have to be aware of the fact that someone's struggling, and you look at them and you say, I know you need help, but you don't have to say it that way. You can just say, can I help? May I be of service to you? Can I do something for you? Anything. And then they have the opportunity to say yes or no, whichever, but at least you've made the offer. You have stepped outside of your boat to help somebody else. But do you really go through life going merrily, 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 merrily? No, but why not? What's keeping us from being merry? What's keeping us from being happy? We're the only ones keeping ourselves from being happy. You can be happy in the middle of the worst thing in the world. I remember reading, I can't remember the name of it, thank you, but about a prisoner in Russia that was in Siberia. And it was a day in his life. And he was so happy at the end of the day because he got a little extra broth to eat. And it made he was just so happy when he was like working hard labor and freezing almost to death when he got a little extra broth. So some days you have to look for that little bit of extra broth, that little bit of extra food. Just look outside of yourself and say, yeah, it's bad right now, but this one little thing. Haven't you ever had when you're just like in this one place where you just feel so much despair, and one person or one thing you see suddenly makes you just pop right out of it? It's like, I can remember my kids, when I was like in a bad mood or something, they would do something really doggone cute, and I was done. I was out of it then. It was just automatic. So then it tells me something. I'm the one controlling these bad moods. I'm the one controlling when I'm ready to let go of it. I don't have to stay there. I am staying there only by choice, which is what we have, which is called volition. So Ernest says, life always becomes to us the particular thing we need when we believe that it becomes to us that particular thing. Life always seems to have a way of knowing what you need, what you want, what you desire. But only if you can believe that. Can you believe that God is loving, wants to give you the perfect life, wants every abundance that you can possibly imagine to befall you? And by giving you that abundance, it doesn't detract from anybody else's abundance. It doesn't mean that, oh, I got more, so they're going to get less. Not in the energy field. In this energy field, we are all capable of receiving as much abundance as we can believe in. If you believe, oh, I've always been poor, I'm always going to be poor, then guess what? You will always be poor. Whatever you put your words behind, whatever you put your thoughts behind, if you think this is going to turn out terrible, guess what? It probably will. Because you've defined it. You've already said this is going to be awful, so guess what? It's going to be awful. And that's so weird. If we think about how much power we have over our lives, we don't even recognize it most of the times. We don't have a clue how much power we have until we see something unfold in front of us, like a sudden miracle, it seems like to us, unfold, and you're like, wow, how did that happen? You created it. You had that belief. You had that power. And so at the end, it's like life is but a dream. If you want it to be a dream, it can also be a nightmare. You can choose what you want it to be. But when we say it's a dream, a lot of the quantum physics, we're big on, science and religion someday being explained by science, metaphysics being explained by science. So if you look at the quantum fields, though, everything is perception. It's appearing to us according to our perception. And your perception, Peter, is different than mine. Yours is different than mine, Don. Chris, yours is different. All of our perceptions are different. But we have this one major, they call it the race consciousness, the dream of the planet, where we all kind of perceive the same things, but we perceive them according to our experiences and according to how we were brought up and according to what we believe. That's where the important part comes in. You've got to examine your beliefs and make sure that is what you desire in this life. Are those really your beliefs? Or did somebody tell you those are your beliefs? Did the internet tell you that that's the truth? Anything I read on the internet, I'm just like, whatever, I can't believe any of it because, believe it or not, it all comes from one person's perception. And their perception is not necessarily mine. And just because I read it doesn't mean that that's what I believe. It's just my perception is different. So that's why when it says life is but a dream, it is. Because we are the dream of this planet, the dream of our existence. We're energy. We're solid energy. Nothing else. We're just in form. We can go out of form. We can come into form. But energy is what we are. And, you know, they say that our energy, I've said this before, goes around us. It's not just within this container. Our energy is outside of this field. And that's why when somebody gets too close to you, you're like, whoa, 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 you're in my field. Back up. Your field's taking over my field. you just sometimes it's that energy field. And you just get to decide who comes into your energy field, you know. But haven't you ever had somebody come up too close to you, you know, and you're just kind of like doing this the whole time and they're going with you? It's like, come on, folks, let's give us a little space here. But in that dream, everything is possible. We are potential and possibility. If you want to define what a human being is, potential and possibility. We have the potential to create the most magnificent world possible. We can do it within ourselves. Even if everything else is chaos around you, you still have that potential to live your dream. I love it when I see people walking down the street smiling and happy and maybe singing along to their music because they're in their own little dream world. They're in their happy place. Do you have a happy place? Yes. Sometimes when I do something silly, like I'll say, I'm so sorry I did that. I said, I must have been in my happy place. I couldn't, you know, remember what I was doing here. So, but I do that sometimes. I just go to my happy place and those things that bring me joy. You know? I was remembering the other night about the first time I held my daughter. Oh my gosh, incredible joy. Incredible joy. Hard to explain unless you've been a mother, you know, but not necessarily, but it's that joy of finding those things that bring you joy and keeping those things alive within you, keeping your heart just open and receptive all the time to new joy, to new ways of seeing things. I remember when I moved up here, I was from the desert, and I moved up here and it was so green, so much green. It was everywhere. And I thought, wow, this is fabulous. But then there was so much rain, so much rain. I mean, I moved from a place that got 5 inches normally a year in rain to a place, I don't even know how much. I mean, it's got to be 10 times more than that, probably 50 inches of rain. I don't know. But I just know that that new perception, though, it took me a while to get used to it because I was used to the beauty of the starkness of the desert and the palm trees and the swimming pool in the backyard. But it's just that this is a different type of way of seeing life right now. And all of a sudden, I just, one day, got over my sadness of leaving the desert. And one day, I was like, oh my God, I live in the most beautiful place in the world because it's so green. But I just love that about this place. Do you know that we have some of the cleanest air and the cleanest water anywhere in the whole United States? So if you think about that, it makes a big difference in how you can look at this place. You know, we always want to look at the negatives, the things that are popping up in our lives or the things that are going on in the world. Don't even get me going. But we just want to let that and know in our hearts that no matter what someone else is walking through, there is a solution. If we can hold peace and joy within ourselves, we create a point of light for other people. If you're full of joy all the time, it wears off. If you're grumpy all the time, it wears off. It's just finding that place within you, that joy, that peace, that serenity that is you. That's what we're born to be. Our natural state is healthy, loving, warm, and compassionate. That is our natural state. So if we've not allowed necessarily, but as a child, if that was not what your experience was, if it was abusive and hard and angry and all these other things, it affects us to where we don't recognize that our natural state is peace. We think it's turmoil or anxiety or all of these other things that are going on, or anger. That's not our natural state. Our natural state is to be in that place of pure joy, pure serenity, and peace. Perfect health. You know, when we're walking through a disease or something, we're out of our natural state. That's not something that we are owning. That's not our natural state. What we're doing is we're walking through an experience and just seeing how it unfolds. And it unfolds according to how we perceive it. It's a lot to put on you, isn't it? Having free will is a tough job. I mean, seriously, look at the stuff you can create in your life if you're just not paying attention sometimes. You know, it's just like, wow, that's a big responsibility. But I guess it comes down to just one thing. Stay in your own boat. Don't jump out of your boat to jump into somebody else's. Don't jump out of your boat to stir up the water. Allow other people's boats to float by you. Allow other people to live their lives the way they want to. But all that time, watching them, seeing them, knowing you could probably paddle it better, but knowing that you trust and you love enough that you allow other people to drive their own boats. So stay in your boat. Namaste.
Thank you, Cheryl.
You're welcome. Wonderful. Thanks.
This is a song about staying in your own boat.
Seriously.
It's called I Can Love You Better Because I Love Myself. Got a new perspective on the highest shelf that I didn't need to reach what wasn't on my level. And now that I've found a finer state of health, I think I can love you better 'cause I love myself. Well, I left behind a personal brand of hell. I was fetching out the water from a deep, dark well. I would carry it home on the back of my shell. But now I can love you better 'cause I love myself. Yeah, I can love you better 'cause I love myself. No, I don't need you to need me. I just needed to find it down inside. I wouldn't say it came easy. I still gotta get out to read the signs. Ever since I came home from that wishing well, I can't begin to fathom just how hard I felt. But I'm filled with riches and I'm full of wealth. 'Cause now I can love you better 'cause I love myself. Oh yeah, I can love you better 'cause I love myself. No, I don't need you to need me. But I needed to find it down inside. I wouldn't say it came easy. No, I still gotta get out and read the signs. Ooh, oh. rising on my level. And I'm hoping with my new refiner state of health, yeah, that I can love you better 'cause I love myself. Oh yeah, I can love you better 'cause I love myself. That's right. Yeah, I can love you better. Oh yeah, I can love you better. Yeah, I can love you better. Yeah, I can love you better 'cause I love myself. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, thank you much, thank you much. You can love us better because you love yourself. Ah, well, we love you too, Peter. Thanks.
That catch it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So much better now. I just love you so much better.
Okay. We got a love fest going on around here, folks. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So this is our special time. We get an opportunity to put a little love in, grease a little love in your fingers, and reach in your pocket and say, hey, I love this place. I think I want to support this place. I think I'm going to give some of what I got in my pocket. We really love you when you do that, but we love you anyhow if you don't. So that's up to you. So there is an offertory affirmation, they call it, in your program. And why don't we just say that together? It sets the stage because the words are very powerful. Starts out with divine love. So let us say it together. Write it? Divine love, moving in and through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, and so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
So as this flow that we're in, today the circulation continues. When you give, the circulation of life just flows back to you. And so with this offering today, we are so blessed to have all the goodness and all of the ability to keep this chapel open, to keep it going as it should be. With so much love, so many people, so much compassion. And so I just release my word, knowing that it's already in the mind of God. So with this, please join me in saying, and so it is. You want to do that prayer?
Okay, so we have what we call a prayer of protection, but it's really an affirmation. It's a commandment that we have here. We start out, it's in your program also, talking about the light of God. So what does the light of God do? The light
of God surrounds us.
Stand up and say this now.
The love
The
of God holds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Woohoo! Woohoo! Let's do our peace song.
Yeah. Grab a hand, hold a hand.
Except don't hold Peter, so he's playing.
Yeah, I'm gonna need my hands.
We just do a big circle.
Okay.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, and we all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and now it begins with me. We can do that. Hey, welcome, guys. Thanks for being here.